Hey, yo, what's up? This is Beastly Bader, and welcome to another episode of the Bate Escape. I hope you all had a really great week. How have you guys been? Everything good? Um, it's been an interesting week on my end, too. Just kind of bummed out about this whole COVID-19 thing, man. It's so stressful. It's like no one invited you to the party. It's so bad, man. Especially in LA, I was looking at the news, and it's like 1 in 140 people could be infected with coronavirus. That's insane. And I know they opened the bars up, and then I think they just recently shut them down. It's horrible. People are acting really crazy these days too. It's like, don't even want to wear a mask. Come on, bro. It's like we all gotta kind of get this over with together, you know. And my friends, they text me this story. Fucking people are throwing liquids at people that work at Hugo's Tacos because they don't want to wear a mask. And I love Hugo's Tacos. Don't fuck with my people. Horrible. Just wear the mask. Okay? What else is new with you guys? Anything exciting? Work-wise, it's been pretty good. I recently got back into working out. Thank you very much. My cool Pilates place that I love recently opened up again. They are definitely taking all the precautions to keep us safe and not getting this COVID stuff. So it's really nice. God, I've been out of it for 4 months. It's good to be back. I tell you, after that first time back in 4 months, my body was like, totally forgot how to do this. I gotta go back again this week for sure. And I'm also gonna cut my hair. I think it's probably a good idea. Oh man, it's been crazy. It's been almost 5 months that I've had a haircut. I mean, I like it now. It's a different look, but I think it's time we clean it up. Yeah. Let me know what's going on with you guys. You guys know where to find me. You guys find me on social media. If you don't know where I am or how to find me, you can find me on Snapchat and Twitter under the alias Beastly Bader. And follow all the cool things that I talk about and show about. All about masturbation. It's a shit that I love. It's what I do. Well, I do other things, but I feel like that's the majority of my sex. Anyway, what are we going to talk about today? Oh yeah, so I was talking to a friend last week about how it's been really powerful when I finally had the courage to own my sexual identity. And we got into this whole discussion about how what happens when you're just kind of pretending to be this inauthentic person sexually, because I didn't know that. Looking back on my sex life, my early 20s and pretty much all until my late 30s, I'm just the sex wasn't really who it was meant to be. And now I feel really comfortable identifying as a beta or solo sexual, and there's something really refreshing about owning that shit, man. Baiting is cool, and so many people knock it, It's oh, that's just a hobby that I do when I'm bored. No, bro, that's a fun fucking Saturday night. Beaters will understand. It's me. It's my porn. It's my papas. It's my stizzy. Hey. I'm straight chilling. It's a good time. It's a really good time. Which is part of the reason why I took to fucking social media, because I was listen, no one's gonna believe the organs that I'm having. I could talk so much about it, but until people actually fucking witness it, and it's funny though, because those of you who follow me, you think that's as good as it gets. Now I haven't even touched the fucking. Oh man, I should probably get on that OnlyFans shit, but I don't know. I feel like I'm too lazy to do OnlyFans. No, that's not true. I'm not lazy. I'm busy. have a full-time job and I have other things that are going on in my place. So yeah, I don't know if I have enough time to dedicate it full-time to this OnlyFans thing, but I don't know. I'll think about it. And what were we talking about? Oh yeah, courage, sexual identity. Yeah, I feel really free right now. Like this past Saturday, I don't know, man. Like I was feeling something. I was like cleaning up my place. I was like had my headphones on. I was like dancing in front of the mirror. Like I was fucking feeling my fucking oats. And I like text my friend, and I haven't felt that way in such a long time. And I text my friend, and I'm just like, "Yo, I feel really good today. Like I feel really like there's like this weird like not weird. I keep using this fucking word. Like there's this really cool like sexual liberation happening in my life. Maybe it's the beard. Maybe it's the hair. Maybe it's the beard and hair. I don't know. I feel like traveling back to like the '60s and shit, like being all hippied out and like free love. Yeah, I can't do that shit now. Fucking COVID. Jesus. But yeah, having the courage to like own your sex it's pretty powerful. And it's like really important for like, well, I think it's important to like show that to like other people, like not be afraid to show that to other people. And not be afraid to like make a connection. That's another thing I wanted to talk. Like, like solo sexuals, right? We're solo. Typically, what we're doing is we're having sex by ourselves, like all the time. So, I think it's, I think it's important to recognize that while being a baiter is sexually liberating, it can be also a lonely place. And I've experienced that a lot lately, which is part of the reason why I'm on this podcast. I think loneliness has been like the catalyst for me to like reach out and go on social media and find your tribe. That's it, because for so long we're just so alone in this thing. We're just like, oh, we can't, like no one would understand, like no one around me in my immediate surrounding understands like what I'm about. I think for so long I just kind of gave up on the idea of like finding anyone that was going to understand, and then I just thought to myself, well, actually, like I think I was like kind of like intimidated by social media, to be honest. I just thought, I had a couple of Twitters before and under other aliases, and nothing really came about it. And then I started this Beastly Bader one, and it's good. It's active. It's way active than the ones I've had before. I mean, not to say that like all the dick pics and vids, sure, that helps, but I feel like now, as I've been using it for a couple of months, I've really started to feel like a connection. Definitely, like I'm definitely having like solid like relationships, like solid communications, creating this deep dialogue between baiters like all over the world. I know I have like 4 or 5 buds that I constantly keep in contact with, and that would have never happened, right? If I didn't have the courage to just own my shit and be like, okay, well, nobody around me now understands that, so fuck it. Like, there's this whole world, and they should just, figure it out because of a brain, like Google it, figure out how Twitter works, and then just jump on and like have a blast. And it's been really fun. Like, I get to be, expressive. I get to be creative. I get to be sexual. And I get to like potentially meet a new friend or two, and that's cool. Like, I guess I don't know. Maybe I was just old school and thinking like you'd fucking meet friends at the library and shit. Like, like who does that anymore, right? Like we're all social, and that's cool. Like technology is cool. We should embrace it, and we should learn to adapt. Because I think also too, like people are just really busy with like lives and stuff, and that's totally cool. I am too. So yeah, I think as I've gotten older, like I don't have the luxury of just like going to the bar or clubs with my friends and like hanging out and potentially meeting someone new there. I have to strategically like place my time and like do things that will benefit me as an adult. And being an adult is hard as it is, and it's more difficult, I found, to make friends when you're an adult. Adults tell you that when you're like a teenager. You don't believe it. You're just like, I'll always have my friends. No, not always. You don't always need them too. So it's good to change it up as you get older, for sure. But I think one of the things also too that I was really concerned about was this idea, and this is something that I've always struggled to, and this pertains more to like my love life. I've always been afraid of like giving too much, because I've always felt, maybe it's just like past experiences, people just take. They don't offer anything, or they don't give equal amount of what you're giving. And that could be anything. That could be time. That could be definitely love. It could be money. It could be generosity, humor, anything. And I remember once having this conversation with a friend, and I was just so frustrated because I'd come into a point in my life, and this was way before, way before I even like started adopting this like sexual lifestyle. That I was out there. I wasn't really dating. I wasn't really meeting anybody, and the people that I had invested my time with were like totally taking advantage of it. And I was just like, this is bullshit. Like, love doesn't exist. It's I don't know where it is. Is it real? How can I go out there and find it? My friend was like, that's cool. I respect how you feel. But let me offer this. What if love is already inside of you? I was like, yeah, well, yeah, of course. I have a loving heart. I love the people that I'm with. He's like, no. Hearing your conversation leads me to believe that you have a scarcity mindset when it comes to love, because you're wanting to go out there and search for it in others to give it to yourself. But you are love already, right? So you're like full of love. So your job is to go out there and spread the love you have, and then find someone that can reciprocate it. But you always have it. So it's a real thing that you are love. And it was such a profound concept for me, because for so long I was searching outside of myself for like these really fucked up like things that, looking back on it now, I don't even like probably want, So I was like searching for this thing that I didn't even know I didn't need. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's what's really enhanced like my own like pleasure masturbation. Like, I love myself enough to give myself the pleasure. Shit, there's like a fucking lawnmower going on. I'm really sorry about that if you hear that in the background. That sucks. Okay, sorry, I'm back. I had to shut that down. That was not a good thing. What's I talking about? Oh, right. So self-love, right? Always, masturbation for me will always go back to self-love. There, nothing else. Like, I think for me, like, pleasure is a bystander of like self-love. Like, you self-love first, and then you feel pleasure, and then that's the fucking cherry on top. So yeah, so for me, when I finally understood that concept, like, I am love, like, it's always in me, and I don't have to wait and search for it. Like, I can give that constantly to myself. It's like, it's this powerful like notion. It's so fucking deep. It's so fucking deep. I got this shit tattooed on me because I wanted to constantly remember. You forget all the time. It's like these weird trauma triggers. Like you encounter something, and then like you have this like negative interaction, and then it's like devastating because you're just like, like another heartbreak, like another fleeting person, another abandonment, and you're just like, wait, what? Like, okay, fine, this thing happened, but it had nothing to do with you, or maybe it did, but that's a reason for you to work on that trigger, trauma, whatever thing that led you to feel this negative emotion. That's where the shadow work comes. And then you have to constantly remind yourself, like, okay, fine, like it shouldn't be as devastating as it is. Right? You go through the motions, you deal with the breakup, the abandonment, the rejection, what have you. You feel that. And then that's when the work comes. I mean, that's what I've been doing. I gotta tell you, there's no easy way other than to just fucking heal yourself. That's it. And that, I mean, I truly, that's what I've learned. I mean, if, all this, like, it's like if you're waiting for someone to rescue you or to save you or to change you or to like do anything that will enhance you, if you can't do it yourself, then you're just wasting your time. Like, no one can change you but yourself. And so having, I think maybe that's just where I'm at now. That's why maybe that's why I need to be solo sexual, you know? Like, that's the lesson learned. Like, I need to fucking be able to take care of my shit, take care of it well, and not be so hard on myself, the next time I encounter a negative relationship or a breakup, because I can always go back to self. I can always go back to me and love me and know how to pleasure myself enough. I mean, because to me, masturbation is like meditation. It really is really, yeah. I mean, I might be focused on other things while I'm doing it, but I feel it. Like that pleasure that you get from masturbating, that self-love like radiating through your body. I don't know. Maybe it sounds a little cheesy. Whatever, fuck it. Like, that's my hippie shit, right? It's what I want, man. It's what I'm feeling right now. Do you like fucking like vibe out like with yourself? Like, it may sound frustrated, but it's just coming from my own past experiences. And I don't want anyone else to like have to feel that. I think maybe that's the whole reason. That's another reason why I'm starting this podcast, because I don't want people to be out there and just be like, how do I fix this? Like, how do I turn this rejection, this abandonment into a positive? Well, that's fucking hell, man. It really is. And it's fucking hard work. Let me tell you, like, the first reaction, if you're like me and you've struggled with self-love, and I have for years, it's going to be the first reaction, like, this is bad. Because it's like trauma. Your body, like, you might think something else, but your body's responding in a different way, and you can't help that. It's a visceral reaction so again, like I said in my last episode, there's a lot about self-compassion too. Like, first of all, have the compassion to be like, yo, all right, this is like not good that I feel this way, that I'm beating myself constantly. Chill. It's cool. Talk to that inner child, bro. Like, just be like, I got you, buddy. You're going to be all right. We're going to figure this out together. And then just be like, and I love me. Because I had the courage to show love to someone else. And even if it wasn't reciprocated the way you thought it was going to be, the way you needed it to be, the way you wanted it to be, you still took that courage. And you know what? At the end of the day, that shit's all for you. When you show love, it's because you have enough to give. You should always be proud of that, right? Like even like I said, like even if someone if it's not returned the way you wanted it to, like I'm always proud of that shit. Like life's too man, fuck, life's too short to just be like not feel anything. Like when did it become cool not to feel anything? Like when did it become cool not to care about shit? Like I'm I mean, fuck, that's just me maybe. Like I'm just a passionate person. Like I want to show these things to people. Like I want to like talk to people and like, share my sex with other men, other baiters, and like have this like wonderful like brotherhood of penis and do bro shit together and like really bond and have a good time. And you know, a lot of men don't understand that, and I think you know we fucking take to social media to find like-minded people. But going back to that point, like don't be afraid to show it first and to give it. Like never think, oh, I'm showing too much, or I'm becoming emotionally slutty. There's like no such thing. That's just who you are, and that's just the way you love. And you should never be ashamed or embarrassed about it. I mean, self-loving is hard, man. Like I'm talking about the emotional aspects of it. Like the physical aspects, I got that shit down good, but it's so like it's fascinating to me how like the mind works. Like this shit would have happened, like this trauma would have happened like so many fucking years ago, and then yet you wake up one day, you're like this age where you thought you'd be over it, and then you're fucking not. That's a fucking trip. It really is. Oh god, there was this posting that my friend sent me that I wanted to like um fucking hold on. All right, back again. This is crazy. I don't know what's going on in my neighborhood. People are going nuts outside. Oh god. Oh yeah, I wanted to reference this Instagram post that my friend sent me, and it's really it kind of talked about a lot of the things that I want to talk about on this one. So we have like this disconnection, right, from our like true selves. Cause like we like I'll speak from my personal experience, like my own like I never thought solo sexuality was a real thing. Like everybody else, I just thought it was like this hobby. Like, you start doing it when you're young and because you're kind of like discovering self pleasure, and it just becomes this thing that boys do. But like I was always told, like you'd find someone to fulfill that pleasure. Wow, fuck. Maybe like in a lot of ways, like we're taught that, like we're fucking taught to abandon ourselves. Yeah, like you watch, like you watch TV growing up and movies and shit, and you see like this like fairy tale like relationship, and you're just like, oh, that's it. Like I have to meet this person to like feel fulfilled, and like that's what like parents feed you that, like teachers, like people who are like elders and shit, and like what if you don't feel that? What are you then? And then like you grow up all your life thinking, shit, like I don't want these things. I just want this, but everyone's telling me that I'm fucked up. And they should be wanting these other things, and then all your life you're just constantly disconnected from like your true identity because you don't even believe that shit's real. Like you betray part to yourselves. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean we create like a shadow self. Like we create this person that's not even authentically us to like help fulfill these other things, and then we don't have the courage, right, to like go after the things that we really want in our lives because the shadow self is just like, no, no, no. Like that's not what you should be doing. You should be doing all this other shit. Yeah, that's right. Like our work is to expand our consciousness, And it's just simply awareness. It's observing without judgment. That was really important to me. Because for so long, like I dealt with self-hatred because I was just like, I don't want to be this way, you know? Like you don't want to like yeah, you want connection, but like the connection model is different. It was always different for me. Wow. Thinking about this shit is a trip. It was always different for me when I think about it now. Wow. Like, wow, I'm having like an aha moment in my life. Shit, that's really profound. It was always different. I hated it. And it was just constant self-hate, man. Wow. Just beating yourself up constantly for thinking, wow. And then that's where the self-love comes in. But man, I just like, I just want you guys to really, like, let me be like a lesson. Fuck. So I don't know, man. Just so I can take whatever this shit that I've been through and just, that's the goal. Let's not feel so alone anymore, you know? Let's all just come together as like brothers and like support each other and like connect. Cause like we're here, like we're good people. We're fun people. We're cool motherfuckers. Just kidding. All right, I think it's time to end this podcast. Anyway, I think you're good. We're good. And I encourage you to find the courage within to love yourself enough to give that to that self-love to others. I think that's where the connection is. It always goes back to yourself. You have the self-love and then you give it to others. And if it's given back, whew, that's beauty. But if it isn't, it doesn't matter because you got it all along. It's right there. And your penis. It's your best friend. Between our legs. It's always there. You can always get more. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a really great week. It was good talk. Thanks for the chit chat. Yeah, like I said, I'm on Twitter, Snapchat, Beastly Bader. Come find me. I'm also on baitworld.com, Beastly Bader. Come find me. I'm here. Chat. Let me know what you think about this episode. I'll tweet it out, leave some comments. Let me know what you guys want to hear and talk about. And work on that on future episodes. All right. Peace.